Hello, my lovely friends. How are you doing? It's Becky Bamboo. Today is what? Today is Friday, February 9th of 2018. So I know I did an update video not that long ago talking about my diagnosis of Malday debarkment syndrome, talking about my shoulder injury, updating you on what my back was doing, and all that good stuff. So I have some more updates to do. I went on a re-cruise. I re-cruised basically the same, very similar route to what my first cruise was. We left from a different port. This time was on a much better ship, much bigger vessel. So anyway, I want to kind of talk about what that was like for me with the Malday debarkment syndrome, and then I want to talk about where I'm at with my shoulder. So, re-cruise was February 28th through January 28th through February 2nd, 4th, 2nd, I forget, 5 days. Anyway, I think it was the 2nd we got back. I expected to be really sick. I was super seasick my first cruise the entire time. Just felt terrible, and basically felt terrible from the time I got off the boat until even now. So that'll give you a clue. Recruising did not reverse my MdDS. It did not change it in any way. The only thing that it did was I got 5 days of glorious reprieve. I was not sick at all. I had an absolute blast on this cruise. My husband was still seasick, unfortunately, so it wasn't really the greatest of times for him, but he kind of muddled through and was able to sleep a lot, and we didn't have the kids, so he just slept, and I went and did my thing. My younger brother and his wife went with us, so I had other people to hang out with, and did a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, a lot of playing, a lot of just fun. It was just fun. And I did not feel sick at all. So all of like the rocking and dizziness and all of those feelings I have right now went away when we were at sea. I got the best sleep of my life. I swear to God, it was the best sleep ever, because I haven't slept really through the night since I got Malday debarkment syndrome back in August. So I've been 6+ months with very little sleep at night. I slept like a freaking rock on the ship. Like, the movement was so soothing, and so it's a little, like, you feel a little disgruntled, because it's like, well, I would like to feel like this all of the time. However, living on a ship is kind of not really realistic. So, it's a little bit unfortunate. Came back, as soon as we got back, I had a bad sinus infection. I'm still getting over it, so if I sound nasally, it's still trying to clear itself out. I'm on antibiotics, but so I had to go back to see my doctor as soon as we got back, and he did, balance testing and whatever, and basically my symptoms of Malday debarkment haven't changed. So I'm still in the queue for getting in with a neurologist, hopefully somebody who knows something about this condition that might have suggestions on different medicines we could try, or different therapies we could try. Otherwise, my doctor's not prepared to release me to go back to work yet, which is unfortunate. Basically, I think he's at a point now where he just doesn't understand enough about this condition, and really I'm not sure anybody does. And he doesn't want to be the one to make the call to send me back to work in case I fall again. So he's referring me to neurology, and then I'm assuming the neurology will be the people who decide whether or not I'm okay to work. So that's a little bit of a challenge. That, I'm still off, I'm still sitting idle, it's getting old. So I decided to take a business venture, to work from home. This is something that I've been thinking about for about 9 months now. I was thinking about doing it part-time with my other job. I've gotten very, very involved with the clothing brand Lularoe. I've been a customer for about a year now, and I have just way too many clothes. I've just gotten really, it's just made me feel differently about myself and my own skin, and fashion, and feel like I kind of found a niche with what makes me feel good, and I get complimented a lot when I'm out in public and I'm dressed up. Like I went to the doctor today, and as soon as I walked in, like the all of the reception staff at this, there's a lot of people at this office because it's a huge orthopedic center, but they were all like, "Oh, you look so cute. Your outfit is you're so well put together," and like. So I feel like I made the right decision. So I am in the process of onboarding with Lularoe. I'm going to be an independent fashion consultant. I'm in the process of getting all of my stuff I will need. I have these two huge boxes sitting in my living room floor, which are clothing racks, and I have all this stuff ordered, a mannequin, and like just tons of stuff coming in, business cards, and so anyway, if you don't follow me on Facebook, I would like to encourage and invite you to start following me, and that way I can add you into my Lularoe group. If you've never heard of Lularoe, you don't feel alone, because it was a complete mystery to me. But we sell men's and women's clothing. There's going to be more coming out this year. We are expanding the men's line, and we're going to start selling jeans this year as well, which I'm really excited about, because I still love jeans, even though I've really come to love leggings, and I never thought I would say that. I just was anti-leggings, period. And as I've kind of found my niche with them and how I like to wear them and style them, I really love them. I mean, there's nothing more comfortable than really buttery, soft leggings. So so I've decided that I'm going to onboard with them. So if you are interested, respond to this video, leave me a note, and I will get you my Facebook information so that you can jump on over, and I would love to have you a part of my group. I don't know when I'm going to launch onboarding. I'm sitting in a queue right now. I'm waiting for a phone call from them to say welcome and place your first order. So it's going to be a little bit of a complicated process for me, because I just found out today I will be having surgery on my shoulder on the 28th of this month. So my right shoulder is when I returned to work, is what I hurt. I've had continuous pain in my shoulder and difficulty with using it, because every time I like rotate it or turn, like it pops and catches, the joint's not right. However, all the imaging and stuff we've done doesn't really show anything wrong per se. So I've jumped through all the hoops with the surgeon, where I've tried the physical therapy and injections and basically every conservative thing we can try to just get rid of the pain, since it doesn't appear that there's anything functionally wrong, at least not from the imaging. I mean, when he does an exam, he goes, yeah, it's not supposed to do that, but there's nothing that shows, like, why is it doing that? So I had about a half-hour conversation with him today, and he's like, look, I think you're to the point now where it's reasonable for us to just do an arthroscopic scope of your shoulder. We're going to go in, we'll wash out the joint, see if it needs decompressed, which it very well might, and then he also has a suspicion that there's something wrong with my biceps tendon, or the groove that the tendon lays in along the bone. If that's the case, then he'll do some tendon repair work to it. So I will not really know what the recovery is going to end up being like until I'm out of surgery. Because this is kind of a diagnostic thing more than anything else. It's just to go in and take a look and see, is there something we've missed? Like, I mean, MRIs are not 100% foolproof. And though I've had, with contrast, without contrast, and all kinds of different stuff, they may have missed something, and that's what he's worried about, is that there's something that's just not showed up. And because I'm heavier and have a lot of, excess skin and stuff, it does mess with the imaging sometimes. I ran into that a little bit with my spine. So anyway, I'm going to have arthroscopic shoulder surgery the end of the month, and so that's going to kind of come into play when it comes to my Lularoe launch. I don't know when I'm going to onboard. It could be anywhere in the next 2 to 4 weeks. So if it's 4 weeks from now, then it's not really going to conflict, because I'm just going to sit in the queue the next couple weeks and 4 weeks or whatever, and then it'll take some time to get my initial order in and get everything set up for launch. Otherwise, I'm going to wing it, and I'm going to, do the best I can with one arm to use. He told me I would be in a sling post-op, and to prepare for a 6-week recovery, just, ballparking it. I think I'm not really worried about the pain. I mean, hell, I've been through a spinal fusion, so to me, a shoulder scope sounds like nothing. It sounds like a walk in the park compared to, gastric bypass and hernia repair and spinal fusion and all that. I also do need to have a hysterectomy done, so probably going to be doing that sometime towards the end of April is what my plan is. I want to do them both this year and get them done. Pay my deductible on my insurance once versus twice, and call it a day. So that's going to put a little hitch in my business venture. But with the mall day debarkment and the fact that I can't really go back to my normal job, and I don't know if I ever will be able to. That's all the things I have to ask, the neuro people that I'm sure they're going to run me through a battery of tests themselves and all of that. But until I know for sure what I'm going to be capable of doing, I need something to occupy my time, more for my mental status. And the Lularoe fashion industry has really just spoken to me, and I want to be a part of it. I want to share my joy that I get from the clothing and how it makes me feel with other people. Because I'm not small. I'm not a small woman, and we literally have clothes. I wish I'd have found these clothes when I was, super heavy, because I would have been a lot more comfortable and probably confident in myself than what I was. But it is what it is. It's come into my life at a time when it needed to. So anyway, please, if you're interested in just coming along for the ride, I will do most of my sales via Facebook Live videos. I'm excited about doing that. You guys know I've done YouTube for, I don't know, close to 8 years now. And so it's not a big deal to me. I'm just going to be kind of talking to my camera and reading comments and stuff. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see all the pretty clothes that I'm going to get in and get to sell to people, and outfits to put together for people. And it's just really changed my life. And I've made a lot of friends through these Lula channels. And, so I'm just looking forward to having some fun with it. Just doing something that is way off the grid for me. Fashion has never been a thing for me. So this is completely new. It's non-nursing, it's non-medical, it's just meant for me to have fun and hopefully make a little bit of income for my family. And that's about it. I may be a complete flop at it, and I'm prepared for that to be the case. But I hope that people will at least give me a chance and come and try to support me if they can. So shoulder surgery coming up, and all, just a lot of stuff coming down the pike. I'm just in a more positive place coming back from the cruise. I think I'm just more mentally, accepting of the fact that I have MdDS and it's not going away. And I've done everything I can. I mean, I've done all the vestibular rehab, and I've done everything the doctors have ever asked. I've tried all the medicines they've put me on so far, and nothing's really changed much of anything. I'm back to not being able to sleep again. I'm back to not being able to eat very well again because I feel seasick all the time. So I'm living on Valium and Zofran again. The stomach issue is really bad right now. And I knew it would be as soon as I stepped off the boat. I knew. I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be really sick for a while. So I'm just trying to muddle through, and it makes me super tired. So fatigue is a huge issue with this, which is a lot of why I am choosing to do Lula, because it's kind of I have some freedom in doing my videos and stuff when I feel good, and not having to be on point all the time like I do in nursing. Nursing is just stress all the time, and I'm just not at a point where I can do that. So anyway, I hope you guys will think about joining me, and at least just come and watch and have fun with me. I plan to make my lives fun and positive, and let's just jive and get to know people better, and make it a positive experience. So anyway, that's my update. I miss you guys. I love you all. And hopefully I'll see you guys on Facebook Live one of these days. Bye!